Well, hello everybody. I'm in my workshop and I have a couple of batteries lined up for you. So let's see what we have. So one of the smallest batteries that I need to charge today is my little 3-pack. These are 18650 cells that I soldered together. There's a little BMS circuit board on it. And I think these are 3 amp hours actually. Okay. And these are lithium cobalt oxide cells, just like regular 18650s. It's a 3S configuration, so I made a little cheat sheet here, also as a visual for all of us. So I have 2 categories here. I have lithium ion, which lithium cobalt oxide falls into the lithium ion category. And then of course you also have lithium iron phosphate. We talked about those 2 battery chemistries before. And then I just listed, one cell, lithium ion cell, has 4.2 volts, right? Maximum voltage. And lithium iron phosphate is 3.65. So 2 cells, 3 cells, 4 cells. So this would be your maximum voltage that you can charge these batteries to. So this little 3-pack, 3S, would be 12.6 volts, right? 3 times 4.2 is 12.6. So I can charge this battery to a maximum voltage of 12.6. And the easiest way that I found to do this is just use a adjustable power supply. And this is relatively inexpensive. You can buy these at Battery Hookup or any other place really. So the current and voltage can be adjusted separately. So I turn the current all the way down since I want to charge a 3S, so I can turn my voltage to 12.6 maximum voltage. So I have Andersons on the end, like everything else has Andersons on it. So I like to turn the voltage all the way down. Everything is 0 because you can measure your battery voltage just by plugging in the battery. So plug it in. So the battery is currently sitting at 11.3 volts, but I do want to charge it to 12.6. So I disconnect the battery. And then you turn your voltage until you see about 12.6 volts. You got to turn the amperage up and then you adjust this thing here to 12.6. 12.4. Here we go. 12.58. That's good enough for me. So that's the maximum voltage you want to charge this to. Turn your current all the way down. Connect your battery, and since it's a 3 amp hour battery, you can charge up to 3 amps. So again, this is my battery voltage right now, and as I'm charging, the battery takes 2 amps, 3 amps. It will probably take 5 or even 10 amps, but again, they get pretty hot that way. So 1 C charge is 1 times the capacity of this battery, and since this is a 3 amp hour battery, 3 amps. And if it's completely discharged, it will take about an hour. And you will see as the voltage increases, your current will drop. So I'll check back here in maybe 15 or 20 minutes and show you what the voltage is. Okay, I want to show you something here. So 10 minutes into the charging process, remember it's constant current, constant voltage. And right now we are in constant current mode. And so to visualize this a little bit better, I'm still charging with about 3 amps, right? And my voltage is 12.25. Now this voltage will go up to 12.6 because I have it set at 12.6 volts. So right now we are in constant current mode. And this voltage will go up to 12.6 and then it's going to stay at 12.6 and the amperage will go down. And that will be then constant voltage. So that's the difference between constant current right now. It just takes any current you throw at the battery until you reach the voltage, and then the voltage will limit the charging process. And right now here this little light is on, so currently it's current limited. And as soon as I reach the voltage light will come on and then it's going to be voltage limited. Yeah, so you get the idea. The amperage goes down to next to nothing. And the battery is a little warm. And just give it some time and it'll charge all the way. Okay, so we let this thing charge. The other battery I have is out of my off-grid bathroom. It's also a 3S configuration, but I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in parallel. These cells are maybe 1.5 amp hours each. So you would have 6 amp hours. So this would be a 12.6 volt battery at 6 amp hours, right? So 1C of 6 amp hours is 6 amps, right? So I can charge this battery with 6 amps. Now I want to show you another charger here, and this is the ISDT charger. You can buy these, they're like $60, $70. This seems to happens to be, they call it Air 8. I think this is a few years old, so they may have a newer model available. And it has XT60 connectors on both sides. So I just built little pigtails, you know, put them into Anderson so that I can use it. So I'm gonna charge this battery with a battery because I have batteries laying around, right? So if you don't have a power supply, or if you go over to a friend's house or you're at field day and you need to charge something, these chargers are really handy to have, because if somebody has a lithium battery sitting around, like I have this guy sitting around here, right? You know, you just plug in your charger. Let me put you down and let me plug this thing in here real quick. Okay, see, it comes on. So this charger accepts up to, I think it's 30 or 40 volts. And you hook up your battery and you can do a balance charge as well. I'm not covering balance charge here today, but let's just see what we have. Okay, so the task we want to charge, okay, the chemistry, this is set to the wrong chemistry because it's set to lithium iron phosphate. So we gotta change that to lithium ion. Here we go, you can charge all these different. Okay, I'm gonna charge up to 4.1 volts. Maximum voltage is 4.2. I only charge mine up to 4.1. And then I have 4S is not correct, so this is only a 3 in series. Okay, 10 amps, let's see, 3.6, that's too much. So let's drop that down to, I don't know, something like 6 amps or something. Here we go. And then you plug your battery in. Let me plug this in here real quick. Battery goes in on the other side. You hit start, you get a warning. There's no balance lead plugged in. And you hit charge, and you can see the amperage go up right here. 6 amps. See, this would be the constant current mode. So my input is at 13.3 volts. That's my yellow battery right here. There's a little bit of loss, you know, going through the wire at the BMS. And then the battery I'm charging is currently at 10.9 volts. So it's pretty empty because I want to charge this up to 12.6, actually slightly less to 12.3 actually, because I'm not charging to 4.2, I'm only charging to 4.1. So 4.8, 12.3 volts. So this amperage will stay at 6 amps until it reaches the desired voltage, and then the amps taper down just like they did on the other charger. So I'm going to set up a time lapse for you here and you can watch it. So the third method I want to show you today, how to charge lithium batteries, is using a solar charge controller. And I like Victron components, and this is a MPPT, stands for maximum power point tracking. It has a maximum input voltage of 75 volts and has a maximum charging current of 15. So PV, so you would hook up your solar panel on this side, so I can hook up any power source up to 75 volts, and then this lead here would connect to the battery. So let me get the battery connected here real quick. Okay, you always want to connect the battery first in those blinking light. So this charge controller is Bluetooth capable, and I can look it up here on my phone and I can program this charge controller. Okay, I'm gonna get a screen recording going here at the same time. Okay, so this battery is one that we built. I don't know if I showed you the video when I built it. It's a lithium iron phosphate and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. So this is a 4S. So lithium iron phosphate, 4 cells. So I want to charge this battery no higher than 14.6 volts. And let me see what this is. So this is the charge controller. So I gotta set this up to 14.6 volts. Okay, you go into battery and make sure it's, yeah, here it's already set 14.6 volts. Yeah, this is perfect. Maximum current is 15 amps. I don't have 15 amps on this charger. I think I have a 10 amp power supply. So let me just drop this down to maybe 8 amps. Because my poor little power supply only puts out 10s and I don't want it to get too hot. Okay, so that's that. And what I use are these old laptop power supplies. I'm sure you have some laying around at your house. This is a big one. This puts out 19 volts and I want to say almost 10 amps. So that would be 190 watts. And you know, I got Andersons on it, as always. So you just hook this guy up to your charge controller. And let me plug this in here real quick. Okay, here you can see the charge controller go up to 111 watts. Currently input voltage is 20.25. Okay, the current is 5 amps going in. Okay, that gets converted, DC to DC conversion, to 13.6 volts. And it's currently limited by the 8 amps that I put in, right? So constant current, I'm currently charging this, I think this is a 40 amp hour battery with this solar charge controller using a computer power supply with 8 amps. So this will charge until the voltage reaches something close to 14.6. And once it reaches 14.5, 14.4, 14.5 volts, the amperage will taper down, and then you would go into constant voltage mode. And the amperage will drop until it's almost 0, and then the battery is fully charged.